Wasn't I chosen to save you?
Homelander is the boys' super strong, laser eye shooting, high flying bad boy that makes Amazon Prime worth the price of admission.
What happens if, I don't know, I do this?
We're going to count down an alternating list of a mix of 10 Marvel heroes and anti-heroes the Seven's blue-eyed devil would crush. And 10 he'd say uncle to in no-holds-barred fights. Look out for potential Season 2 spoilers ahead. Now that that's out the way, like the man says, I can do whatever I want. 10. Can't beat. Doctor Strange. This weird healer can bend time and space to his advantage. This would give Billy Butcher's biggest enemy the most confusing fight he'd ever been in.
Breaking the laws of nature, I know.
The mystical artist would defeat the physically superior Homelander with his Harry Potter portal hands, leaving the evil Boy Scout wondering what happened and send him crying to his mommy. Hey, do you think Homelander is the grown-up version of Macaulay Culkin's character in The Good Son? 10. Can beat Iron Man. Tony Stark is an earthly hero with military-grade weapons and deep pockets. Homelander has access to the same level of wealth thanks to VountCorp, and unfortunately for Iron Man, this dude is immune to most earthly weapons. He'd rip the quippy hero's suit right off, blow the boy genius up, and be home in time for cornflakes. Like that line? It's from Total Recall.
I'll blow this place up and be home in time for cornflakes.
9. Can't beat Scarlet Witch. She can whisper sweet somethings into Homelander's ear, spinning him out of reality as she did to the Avengers in Age of Ultron. And if Homelander so much as harms a transistor on Vision's head, oh boy, she'll unleash the dragon on homie as she did to Thanos in Endgame. Yeah, Scarlet Witch can get turned up to 11 if you offend her personally.
You took everything from me.
9. Can beat Captain America. Aesthetically, this would be a good-looking fight, like Ryu versus Ken in Street Fighter. These frosted-tipped gym junkies are similar in style in so many ways. And as you know, Homelander is partially modeled after Steve Rogers in a no-holds-barred brawl. Although he could deflect his heat vision with a shield, the ground-based hero can't fly. Homelander's aerial advantage is enough to take out America's leading buttman. Unless the Cap can steal Mjolnir.
Come on, Cap.
8. Can't beat Vision. The personification of Tony Stark's computer can not only fly and shoot lasers out of his head, but has a heck of a lot of computer technology on his side, and can use almost any piece of it anywhere in the world at any time to his advantage. He could use this deep connection to find out Homelander's secrets as well as his whereabouts. Vision's ability to manipulate density would allow Homelander's red eye beams and attacks to pass right through him in battle, setting him up for surprise encounters. On top of that, as he is a true and worthy hero, he can text Thor and ask him if he can borrow Mjolnir to finish the job. 8. Can beat Venom. Look, we like Venom. He talks to himself.
You're not even here, are you? I'm just seeing things, just not real. You're in my head.
He has no job.
You're fired, Eddie.
He's like a lot of mean YouTube commenters. But take on Homelander? Please. Eddie Brock would break his teeth trying to bite Pretty Boy's head off. All Homelander really has to do is play an electric guitar, or just straight up sizzle that symbiote suit off with his heat vision, making Venom into the world's nastiest tasting black pancake. 7. Can't beat Captain Marvel. If a woman can punch through a spaceship, you don't mess with her. Look how easy she takes care of Thanos' Star Destroyer. We mean Sanctuary 2. The Mike Tyson of intergalactic boxing matches, Carol Danvers, would make short work of Homelander. All he has to hope for is she gets too busy to fight him and has to leave Earth to get another haircut, or she gets too emotional.
Do not let your emotions override your judgment.
Which we don't think will be a problem. Uh-oh, Carol, you're in trouble. 7. Can beat Black Widow. The reformed assassin with a lot of red in her ledger packs a wide variety of kicks and sure knows how to use earthly weapons with upper echelon military precision. But unless she gets a hold of The Rock's BFG from the Doom movie. Oh look, there's Billy Butcher. The deadly gauntlet-wielding bad girl will be cooked by the world's most gorgeous terrorist. 6. Can't beat Dark Phoenix. The OP queen of the X-World can only be defeated if she calms down or she allows an indestructible man she loves to stab her with adamantium claws.
I love you.
Other than that, her volatile level 5 mutant cosmic powers are too much for Homelander's mere soup abilities. Look for Jean Grey to show Homelander how many ways hell hath no fury like an emotional red-headed psychic.
Stay away from me!
And if she found out how badly he intimidated Maeve after their breakup, oh boy. 6. Can beat Hawkeye. Poor Hawkeye. Old Clint can never catch a break.
Honey?
It's just that, well, if he runs out of arrows,
I'm out of arrows.
What?
his only prayer to beat Homelander is a bullseye sniper shot to Homelander's centerpiece, his only known weakness. But other than that, the archer formerly known as Ronin would be fodder for Homelander's laser eye blasts. 5. Can't beat Professor X. The level 4 mutant has one of the most powerful minds in Marvel Comics, and even though his body is frail, his ability to read thoughts and communicate through telepathy gives him access to almost limitless human knowledge. And of course, knowledge is power.
You're sneaking around in here, Charles.
Remember in X2 when Logan was smoking in Cerebrus, and Xavier threatened to make him spend the rest of his life as a 6-year-old girl if he kept doing it?
You do that?
I'd have Jean braid your hair.
And Wolverine was like a son to him. Imagine what he'd do to Homelander's mind if he made him mad. 5. Can beat Wolverine. The indestructible man has a heart of gold that can be exploited. Homelander would surely use his love of others against Wolvie to throw him off balance, and could fly the feral beast into the sky and toss him out of the atmosphere. We don't think everyone's favorite X-Man could survive the crushing cold of space. He ain't no Superman. 4. Can't beat Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a super fast learner.
What are you doing?
And can build anything. Just look how he puts pyramids together. His powers are god level. And seeing how easily he can sink others into a floor, trapping them for eternity, we foresee the ancient Egyptian tyrant encasing Homelander in a solid structure, giving him a permanent tomb. Or if he drags him into his dream world the way he did to Charles Xavier,
You'll need a big house.
look for Homelander to take an epic whooping that'd have Nightmare King Freddy Krueger impressed. 4. Can beat Ant-Man. Size doesn't matter when your opponent is as morally bankrupt as they come. Homie would cut down giant Ant-Man with his heat vision piece by piece, or would crush him like the bug he is if he got his fingers on him when he's small. Unless Ant-Man turns into a gritty HBO-type superhero, crawls inside Homelander's ear into his evil brain, and then turns himself XXL, blowing up Vought International's biggest asset from the inside, he ain't winning that fight. Scott Lang fights PG, and with Homelander, parental discretion is advised.
Stay the back or I'll laser you!
3. Can't beat Thanos. Thanos can beat the Hulk even without the power of the Infinity Stones. He can also take on several Avengers one at a time, or even all at once. Although Thanos and Homelander probably went to the same parenting school.
If I let you go, you think you could fly?
The all-powerful Purple Boss Major is as ruthless as Homelander, but is also a much more seasoned warrior. That, plus his knowledge of otherworldly things, make him an overmatch for the Flying Patriot. And he'd take him out with his double-edged sword and would barely even discuss the murder of the man occasionally known as John at his dinner table. 3. Can beat Black Panther. King T'Challa is so fast, agile, and light on his feet that in an alternate universe he'd be the World Series MVP every year. Or maybe even a funkadelic pop star. Or a valuable soldier in the Vietnam War. The Wakandan warrior does well in the squared circle, but he barely beat Killmonger in a fair fight. A challenger like Homelander would be able to levitate the Black Panther miles out of his comfort zone and take him to flight fighting school, perhaps even making Homelander the new king of Wakanda? 2. Can't beat Thor. The Asgardian demigod could layeth the smacketh downeth on the cheeky Homelander. Hey look, there's Billy Butcher again. Using either Mjolnir or Stormbreaker, or both at the same time, as this old young-looking warrior decapitated Thanos in one fell swoop, in a moment that had audiences laughing guiltily in cinemas around the world as they did when Jules and Vincent shot that poor boy in the backseat of their Chrysler New Yorker in Pulp Fiction. Thor has wisdom when it comes to war. Homelander just hasn't faced anyone that seasoned yet.
You know, I'm 1,500 years old.
2. Can beat Deadpool. The Van Wilder Ferris Bueller hybrid is wild, hyperviolent, and raunchy, but there's only so many limbs a man can regrow. And Homelander might be one of the few anti-heroes to beat Deadpool in a last word battle.
Hands in the air, like you just don't care. Kill.
1. Can't beat the Hulk. The Green Machine wrecked the demigod Thor in a coliseum, threw around the trickster god Loki like he was a toy, clapped so hard he put out a fire, and even punched one of Thanos' flying fish into oblivion. Even though the Hulk is in PG-13 movies, he's an undercover rated-R superstar. He could defeat Homelander with a kick to the chest, punch him off a waterfall, give him the old double-axe handle to the face, rip him apart like he did to Ultron's underlings, or give him the finish-him uppercut like he gave Ultron himself. This earth-quaking wild man physically overmatches the blonde sicko in every way, as long as Homelander doesn't convince Natasha Romanoff to whisper sweet nothings in his ear. 1. Can beat Spider-Man. We love Spidey because he always does what's right, no matter the cost.
Yeah, Spider-Man!
We believe that is what would cost him the W in a fight against Homelander, as the Webslinger does quite well against complex antiheroes and misunderstood misfits.
I forgive you.
But against the 5-star terrorist with the movie star smile and the cruel streak of the last king of Scotland, Idi Amin,
Each time you scream, the evil comes out of you.
Homelander would tackle the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man out of the Manhattan skyline and pummel him to a pulp, giving him major migraines the next time his spider sense tingles. Who do you want to see Homelander fight? Any Marvel heroes you'd rather see on the list? What do you think of The Boys Season 2 finale? Let us know in the comments below, and like and subscribe for more from The Binger. Away we go.